What's going on, everybody? We got another Out Live episode. Casually kicking in the house. Welcome, everyone, to a new episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please make sure you follow us on all the social media platforms if you don't already do so. That's Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We don't really post shit up there very often, so I don't know if you really want to follow us. If you guys want Casually Kicking It merchandise, make sure you guys hit up Store Frontier and in the search engine type in Casually Kicking It. Make sure that you catch our podcast audio on the YFB network. That's one of the places you can find it. You could also find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Nate's choking over there. I don't know what's going on.
We're getting emotional.
So with that all off to the side, welcome everyone to another Casually Kicking It episode. We've got N Easy in the house, Brother Matt in the house, and of course me, Ed, plain old Ed, erectile dysfunction, whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
Yeah, you said it, bro.
Right?
Wow.
Matt, hook him up with the Blue Chew, Matt.
The Blue Chew, man.
The Blue Chew Ed or something.
Man.
Come up with something. Hey.
Yeah, we're gonna
Blue
need something
Ed
for
is
you.
Actually, as a matter of fact, we had. I think this was definitely. It was like I don't know. It was like a spam kind of message. We got messaged on our a DM on our Instagram, and it was from a company. And this lady's like, "Hey, you know, we're looking for podcasters and this and influencers to promote our product and this and that. If you guys want to, you know, sign up with us, you know, let me know as soon as possible." But the name of the company was Smooth My Balls. No lie, bro. Smooth My Balls. And I told Tom, he was like, "Bro, you sure that?" I was like, "Yeah, it sounds kind of sketchy, man." When I clicked on the website, it was you know, for men's genitalia, kind of like the what is the other one? Like it's like a trimmer and stuff like that, you know, to keep
Manscaped.
Bro.
Yeah, kind of like Manscaped, but it was Smooth My Balls, bro. And
why does that?
Yeah,
that reminds me of Dave Chappelle's stand-up when he's talking about wanting to put Botox on his balls to smooth his eggs. He's like, "You seen Dave Chappelle? His balls are smooth as eggs." It's like, I'm sorry, I just thought about that, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna ask you guys: do you guys want to go on with this, man? You know, do we want to promote Smooth My Balls?
They couldn't come up with a better name than Smooth My Balls. Yo, they could that's I guess I mean, I don't know. It's up to you, bro. It's
I know, okay.
I mean, I declined it. I declined it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are the balls gonna be as smooth as Matt's head? You know, like, are they gonna be that smooth? Like, is that what they're looking for?
We have a comment here. Joe says, "Yeah, it's my fans only site."
Oh my god, man, that guy, man.
Smooth My Balls. So, I know there were a lot of people that were waiting for us to go live or put out the new podcast episode with our thoughts on the Mortal Kombat movie that dropped on Friday in theaters. We got another comment. Let me show how smooth.
It's a hard pass. Hard pass on that.
Nah, I'm good, Joe. I'm good.
So, Mortal Kombat. Did you guys get to watch Mortal Kombat, the new 2021 Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I saw it twice.
Once was enough.
So let's go around the table with: did you like it or did you not like it first? All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start. I did not like the film. Nate, go ahead. Did you like it or did you not like it?
That's so hard. Why does it got to be black and white?
That's just to start off. We're just dipping our toe in the water right now.
Can I say it was okay? I was like, like, it let me down. How about this? It let me down.
Okay, so, Brother Matt.
I'm going Living Color. I hated it.
All right. Okay.
We got different gradations.
Before we dive in, let's look at some comments here. We got Brian. Russell Brown gonna lay the smackdown on you, Ed. Okay, we'll see. Russell. Yeah, how fast are y'all gonna poo on it? Okay. All right.
Matt, if it was Matt, it would have been.
Joe says worst fucking movie ever.
Ooh, that's harsh, bro.
All right. Now,
before
we go into this, I want to say that I do have respect for everyone that is behind the scenes directing. Like, it's not easy to make a movie, and I know everyone puts a lot of hard work into movie making. Like, it's not the easiest job in the world. It's hard to put out a movie out there and make a movie in order to please everyone. Oh, hold on. Joe says, okay, you don't want to see my balls. No, Joe, we don't.
No, we're okay, man.
So, with that said, I mean, I respect the process. Who wants to go ahead and start off the convo?
I'll start off with this. Like you said, I'm going to piggyback what you said. I respect the actors because the actors aren't in control of what is the movie is. They're just doing what the script says, and that's it. They have no control over that. So, but I would knock the producers and the executive and the dude who owns the rights to Mortal Kombat. Let them put this trash out. Okay, you allowed them to. They gave you the script. You had to sit back and read it, and you said go for it. You gave them the green light, bro. So this falls on him as well because he could have stopped all of this from happening. He could have been like, nah, bro, go back to the drawing board and start over again. Like, why are you changing the story of something that's been given to you and it's so simple? Now, granted, I know it can't be completely like the original, but I don't mind you tweaking things, but I think they tweaked it too hard to the point that they were trying to be completely different.
We got a comment real quick. Russell says it's not going to win any awards, but for a video game movie, it was good. Name one video game movie that was better. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog was.
Okay. Joe, your YouTube take on the review was good about the first 7 minutes. Yes, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Joe says after that, shit. Brian says the Street Fighter animated movie was good, Russ.
Yes, animated.
The animated one. Russell says.
Well, animated movies are usually a lot better because you can get away with so much.
With that off to the side,
animated movie. The animated doesn't count, bro.
Matt, continue with what you were saying. I don't know what else you wanted to put in there.
I'm just gonna. Okay. Can I do good and bad, or can I just stop it at that point? Let somebody else.
I mean, you could do because I kind of broke it down in categories.
Okay. So,
because there's a lot to get into here.
Yeah. So the only thing I actually liked about this movie was outside of the gore. I did like the story of how Shang Tsung was trying to cheat. Okay, he was like, I'm not even able to go through this tournament, bro. We're just gonna kill these people now and say they can't come back, they can't fight, and you automatically just give us a dub. That was the only thing that I thought I liked about the movie. Outside of that, bro, everything else was God.
What was that?
What
would you say about the dub? What?
I mean, what Shang Tsung was trying to do. His whole thing was, we're not even gonna fight in the tournament.
Yeah,
we're just gonna go there and kill them all at once, and then we automatically.
That's where I have. That's one of my issues. That's one of my issues is that in the beginning, and this isn't just in this movie. This is in other iterations of Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm. Outworld has won 9 competitions or 9 tournaments. Comes down to the 10th competition, but there are rules. Shang Tsung cannot interfere in the Earth realm during that time. Hence why if they win the 10th, they can come and take over Earth. But yet he's still breaking the rules coming to Earth in this movie. You see what I'm saying?
He could come to Earth. He just couldn't. The fight shouldn't have started until they got to Mortal Kombat. That's
what I'm saying. So you're breaking the rule. Like that's not part of the, like, you're breaking the rule. Like, You just contradicted yourself.
Wow, really, Russ? Not that
No.
serious, man. It's not
So
that
like,
serious.
in order for them to win the 10th is what allows them to come here and take over, and then they could fight here on Earth. So then what was the whole purpose of gathering all the Earth's fighters if you could already come over here and fight everybody?
I mean, I think what he was setting it up so they could all come in and then, like I said, take them all out.
Then why did he
once.
send Goro?
Why did he send Goro? Like I said, he was trying to cheat, bro. Whenever the tournament was supposed to start, he was trying to get it before it started. He didn't even want to go to the tournament. He didn't want to have to fight nobody. He was just like, look, bro, I'm gonna just send my people out there, end this, and be done with it. So then that way, when the tournament does come out, there's nobody to combat us. We automatically win. Why go through all this one-on-one garbage when I could just beat you all at once?
No, I mean, but because that's the reasoning why you have to fight the 10th tournament is to do that.
He was being greedy, bro. He was being.
No, I understand it, but you can't, like, there's a, like, you have to play the video game. Like, there's a barrier. Like, you can't just show up to Earth Realm like that, bro. Even if you're cheating, you just can't. Like, it's just there's a magic power that doesn't allow him to cross over. If you understand what I'm saying, like,
I hear what you're saying, but I mean, it was a pro and a con.
So go ahead, keep going.
Go ahead, Nate.
I'm sorry.
No, I'll let Nate go. Because I mean,
finish.
I mean, like I said, outside of that, and I didn't like the fact that Scorpion wasn't seen from the beginning to the end. I think what messed up this movie was the fact when they did that Scorpion animated movie, they took the storyline that could have been used for this movie. That was the issue. The Scorpion movie came out way before Mortal Kombat was even done. And they were like, yo, this is the storyline we're going to roll. And they were like, bro, we could have used that storyline in the actual movie. You didn't see Scorpion until the beginning when he died, and then you didn't see him at the end. And the way he showed up, like, he was locked, that he couldn't come into this world unless he was released by the dagger that was left behind. And then the whole storyline with his daughter. I mean, I'm not a Scorpion, about his storyline, background, and stuff like that. Okay, so Nate can explain that, but him having a daughter, didn't know that, so all this stuff that they made to make it to the movie and adding the character Cole, you didn't get Johnny Cage, how Jax got his arms, about them having to get how they got their powers. All that stuff there was just a bit much, bro.
Before Nate goes, here's the thing, the director wanted to bring a new audience to the franchise. And I feel like, okay, you can do that with just putting the movie with the storyline the game gives you. Mm-hmm. The last video game, Mortal Kombat 11, was rich. The storyline was so rich that you could have used that storyline. And it would have been a fantastic, flawless movie.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. But to change it up so you could bring a new audience, like, that's bullshit, bro. You already have an audience that's going to go see the movie regardless. Mm-hmm. People are going to go see the movie regardless. It's new Mortal Kombat, old. Bro. New and old. I don't give two flying fucks. You're going to go see the movie, okay? And to add a character in this movie that has never been in the video game at all, in this character of the MMA fighter Cole, is fucking bullshit, bro. Like, you started the movie beautifully. You guys know that the first 7 minutes of this movie were beautiful. The Scorpion Sub-Zero, I mean, the way it was shot, the way the fight scenes were, that fight scene between them was fantastic. Mm-hmm. That whole thing, and I thought the movie was gonna branch off beautifully out of that, but no, we go from that to Cole. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I'm a fan of the fucking game. Like, I know that it's based off a video game, and I know it's like over the top, and people are gonna watch it regardless. I'm gonna watch it. That's cool. Like, these characters have powers. I'm gonna watch it regardless. I know it's supposed to be goofy and it's like I said, over the top. I'm gonna reiterate that. We know that. Joe says, "Listen, Ed, they could have put Rocky in it and would have made more sense."
I better watch that.
Brian
They're gonna
says,
make
"Geez, you need a root beer, Ed. We must recenter our
Archie.
Ed, you were right with the beginning and then Turd Central." Love you, buddy. Love you too, Brian. So, the acting. I'm gonna pause because then we can go on a tangent. I don't want to go like too long on each one of us. Each one of us can handle a little bit. Nate, I'll pass it off to you.
Okay.
Don't go too crazy now, Nate.
Nah, I'm gonna try to read the terrain. But yeah, I was disappointed, like majority of people, because of course, that whole beginning scene, that set such a high bar. It was that first part of the movie was excellent. I mean, it was like everything I wanted, and I was like, this is gonna be the best movie ever, because just the way it started, I'm like, that's all. It reminds me of like Mortal Kombat Legacy. It wasn't over the top. It was, it was well rooted in the story. It was gritty and it was accurate, and like I just appreciated all the little things. But right after the whole Scorpion Sub-Zero scene, it just completely changed its tone. And the best part of the movie is the first 13 minutes and then the last 5. The best parts of the movie is with Scorpion and Sub-Zero on both ends. And the
to
only
a certain
person
extent,
the last scene was cool. Just seeing Scorpion was dope. I just wish he was
Scorpion
more.
was dope. I just wish that they wouldn't make
Cole shouldn't have been involved.
Okay,
Cole shouldn't
here's
have
the
been
thing.
involved in the fight.
No.
The reason why the problem with a game like Mortal Kombat, dude, there's 11 Mortal Kombat games, so there's like 50 plus characters. The storyline is long since developed and everything. And if you like what the director said, he wanted to bring a new audience in, so you're pretty much trying to start from the ground up. So the first movie usually has to drag a little for you to develop some characters for newcomers to see it, because we may be okay and be familiar with the characters, but like people coming in and having these special powers and shit like that, people are gonna like not maybe be ready for that. So I guess that's why they wanted to take the slow route and have them, have the characters find their arcana, which was kind of cheesy as hell. And that took up so much time. You're trying to develop characters that we already know, and then you're focusing on a new character like Cole just to kind of push the story, and he wasn't really that interesting to me. I like the actor. Just wasn't crazy about the movie. It felt like the Justice League movie. How it started off with Zack Snyder, Josh Whedon took it and it went a whole nother direction and got all clunky and messed up and everything. So
the three characters that shine in this movie was Kung Lao, Sub-Zero, and Kano.
Yeah,
I hate the fact
Kano was trash, bro.
I hate that
Kano was one of the funniest parts of the movie, and Cabal was one of the dopest.
I hate the fact that they watered down a lot of the characters, like Liu Kang. They watered down a ton because in the new game, or not even in all the games, Liu Kang is a powerful fighter. And in the last game, Mortal Kombat 11, that just came out a year ago or so, Liu Kang goes from like awesome to like just like
but remember that's Mortal Kombat 11. This movie is like the whole beginning and intro. Well, these are people you're starting from the ground up all over again. So
the director wanted to go with the newer storyline. So it really, we've got to look at the first 3 games as out of it. This takes, the director was taking from Mortal Kombat 9 and beyond. So if you didn't play Mortal Kombat 9, then you're not gonna. But here's the thing, man, is like I don't want to harp on this for too long. I'm trying to see what else. The storyline was convoluted to me. If you guys have ever seen, I'm gonna suggest for those that haven't seen it, go on YouTube and type in Mortal Kombat Legacy, which was like little mini series, independent mini series done aside from like like this was just independent folks that did this. It was called Mortal Kombat Legacy, and it came out in 2013. And yeah, some of the graphics or the CG is not going to be like what we have now because this was in 2013. At that time, it was dope. But like, regardless, that mini series was doper than anything I've ever seen. Like, because they even incorporated what's his name, Michael Jai White, right?
Yeah, they had him as Jax. I would have loved Jax,
and he was great as Jax. And if you watch that was rich. That just had richness. Did you guys were you guys bothered by the fights? Because some of the martial arts in there, I felt like it just didn't have like the power. Like I didn't feel like they were like when Liu Kang was punching, I was like, man, this guy really ain't hurting nobody, you know?
Like, talking about the new Mortal Kombat or talking about like
the new Mortal Kombat. Like the fight scenes, like I just couldn't feel like, when some movie you could like when the guy punches, boom, boom, you're like, oh shoot, like
it was very subpar, man. Like I expected a lot more from the choreography because before the movie came out, they were saying, oh, this is gonna have some of the best fight scenes ever, and I was looking forward to it, man, because like all these fighters have a different style, and I wanted to see that, and I didn't really get much of that. The fighting was just very basic, bro.
It was other than certain sparks, but see, it just felt like the movie was. I felt like the movie somewhat was like directed.
They were trying too hard to bring in new people, man. So they had a.
Nate. We got some comments. Leslie, some actors could be replaced. The script writing needs work. And the set in certain scenes should have been more believable. Okay. Nate comes back. Nate back. Yeah, okay, Nate, you're back.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that
fights were okay, but why?
Contrived for no reason. I don't know what contrived means. I mean, like the fight, like Jack's arm started out small. So I guess his whatever.
I didn't like the fact that it upgraded itself as him unlocking his Arcana. I just think that whole characters unlocking their potential in the middle of it just felt very rushed, and it just didn't feel.
You just feel like Power Rangers, bro.
I didn't like
the Power Rangers, dude.
I didn't like that because if you're watching Mortal Kombat, you don't need I don't feel like you need an explanation on why these people have powers. It's based off a video game. It's supposed to be absurd.
Yeah, going back to the first Mortal Kombat, which probably now still stands as the best one, movie-wise. The whole point in the first Mortal Kombat movie, Raiden went and sought out these fighters because they already had their powers, because they were special, and it was just a mental thing with them. They were like ready to fight.
And where was Raiden? Like he could have came in at any time. He could have come in at any time, especially when Kung Lao was getting his soul sucked out of him. He could have come down and stopped that right away.
But he even said it. He said I could get involved between mortals.
Yes, you can. On Earth Realm, he can.
He could have because
and that's only during tournament time, and it wasn't tournament time.
He could have stopped Shang-Tsung.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like he could have stopped the whole thing. Yo, them killing Kung Lao was the worst thing they could have did.
That pissed me off, man.
Everything. He was the best. He was the best character in the whole movie.
He had the best intro. He had the best intro when he came up from the hat, and I was like,
the best parts of this movie was the first 7 minutes. The fight between Jax and Sub-Zero was all right, and the final fight with Sub-Zero and Scorpion. But I don't feel like Cole should have intervened in that. That shouldn't have been a 2 versus 1. I think Scorpion is way more powerful than Sub-Zero, and he could have taken care of a Sub-Zero with no problem.
They made him look weak against Sub-Zero.
Yes, they did. They
made him look weak.
He's not that weak at all.
If it wasn't for Cole, he probably would have lost. Probably.
Man, again, it's just choreography, man. Like honestly, we just gotta hope that the next one is better.
And then when you introduce a new character,
they're gonna be Joe Taslim, the guy who's playing Sub-Zero, signed on for additional movies, And honestly, I know that the first one kind of dragged a
to an
little.
audience that doesn't know anything about the series and will kill at you every time. Yeah, I mean, like if you don't
Yeah,
know
that-
anything about Mortal Kombat, like
It's just getting people up to up to
And,
speed.
you know-
The next one should be better because you should have less time developing and just go straight into it, man.
and we're talking about this from fans' perspective, and Russ from the YFB Network, his podcast Loud and Opinionated with Russ. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's a really good podcast. He came out and said that he goes to watch a movie to entertain him, have some popcorn, and that's what this movie did. It had fight scenes, it had blood, and like, yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it had the fatalities and stuff, but the fights, though, the action that you're talking about, to me, didn't have that like umph in it.
Yo,
like a lot of them didn't have the umph.
Liu Kang's bicycle kick was weak, bro. That was the weakest bicycle kick, yo. Like the first one was 10 times better, bro.
Honestly, I thought Liu Kang was gonna do the hurricane kick because he looks so much like Ryu.
Did you see when he fought Cabal? Like that was so weak, bro. Like
Cabal looked dope though.
Cabal looked dope.
Cabal.
No, look here. The look of the characters were all on par. The look of all the characters were great.
I think Sub-Zero having all the armor on was kind of like when he took all the armor off.
A little too much.
10 times better.
Yeah.
When he took it off, it looked 10 times better. But when he had it on, I was kind of like, I'm not really feeling it, son.
Yeah, but yo, trust me, when he comes back as Noob Saba, yo, he's gonna be so dope, bro.
Joe says no big name director, and you are fucked. I guess. I mean, here's the thing, man, is that if you do Mortal Kombat, if you do a movie, obviously you guys saw with Sonic the Hedgehog where Hollywood stepped in, Hollywood changed what Sonic looked like, and when they released that trailer, the fans went ape shit and were like, this is not what Sonic looks like. So then, the production company, whoever it was, went back and they said, hey, we apologize, everyone. We'll go back and rework on Sonic the Hedgehog. So they took time to go back and redo Sonic the Hedgehog to appease the audience. And who cares if it's a new audience member looking at Sonic the Hedgehog? They don't know, they're not going to know the difference, but you still have to. You're making a movie based off of video games, and that core audience is what's going to go and bring you money. This Mortal Kombat movie was not worth
going to the theater to see.
Going to the theater.
Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't, man. I honestly, I gotta say, I was hoping this would be one of the
Brian
best
says
movies.
Sonic was a total letdown. So was Tom and Jerry, but they looked like what they were supposed to look like.
Very true. Honestly, at this point, when it comes to movies, so far for this year, I still think Kong and Godzilla is the best movie this
Brian
year.
Says, I'm spoiled forever when it comes to fighting movies. I'm a warrior and gladiator guy. My bar is high.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that are gonna fall under that bar then nowadays.
Like when you get fight scenes, you gotta be like, he needs to
go watch IP, man. That's what he needs to go watch. Go watch the IP.
Anyways,
man.
Look,
those are legit.
Let's move.
I'm done with Mortal Kombat. You want anything else, Nate? I'm sorry I interrupted you a couple times there.
Nah, man, it's cool. Like what's said is said. Enough. There's been enough. A million reviews on this. We just reiterating. So
a million and one, huh?
Yeah, a million and one, man. I'm ready to move on.
Hey, Brian says agree.
I told y'all, Kong was gonna be better than Mortal Kombat.
No, I you know what? And you guys know that I didn't like the last Kong movie, but this one, the Godzilla movie, but this Godzilla v Kong,
it's better.
To me,
still
was
the
good.
best movie.
It was good.
Honestly, but after seeing that first 7 minutes of the Mortal Kombat, I thought that I'm like, yo, this is gonna be the best movie.
Yeah.
After that, it was gotcha. But
the way that they gave us the trailer, the characters look good in the trailer. Everything was.
They showed all the good parts, man. They edited that really good.
We're gonna talk about move on to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That
did not disappoint. Okay.
Did you guys see UFC 261? Because everyone's talking about it here on the chat.
Nah, man, I didn't get to see UFC, man. I missed it.
So I don't know if we're gonna be able to talk about it then, man.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we had a couple things happen. So really good card, man. It was definitely worth.
I just saw the Haha Davis version with the dude getting knocked out. with the braids.
Oh,
he did the voice.
Masvidal.
Yeah, he did the voiceover over it, bro.
I didn't. Sorry, I was at my nephew's birthday party, so I kind of missed out on all that.
Well,
Sorry.
do you know the guy who fought Anderson Silva back in 2013? Chris Weidman, who
Yeah, I remember
Anderson
that fight.
Silva broke his leg kicking Chris Weidman. He went on a low kick,
I
and
remember
Anderson
that.
Silva broke his leg.
That was the second time around, right? Not the first time.
That was the first.
No, the first time Weidman knocked him out because Anderson Silva was, being all cocky, dodge, and put his hands behind his head.
Joe says, "My house next time for pay-per-view." Are you sure about that, Joe?
You sure about that? No, but I remember the Weidman, like when Anderson Silva was going around like this, Weidman
prayers for Chris
caught
Weidman.
him.
Yes. So Chris Weidman was fighting. The guy's name is Hall. I can't remember his first name right now off the top of my head at the moment. And Weidman went for a kick, just like Anderson Silva did for a kick for Weidman, and he broke his leg same place, just like Anderson Silva.
Karma's,
bro.
you know what, huh?
It was bad.
He needs some milk.
Karma is, you know what, boy.
Brian says you were right. Weidman took the first bout, second bout, Anderson broke his leg.
Yeah.
Uriah Hall was the name of the fighter. Yes. So he took that kick, bro, and you could hear it was the first. I mean, the fight had just started, right? They were just feeling each other, and the first thing he does is throw that kick, and you hear spah. I mean, like it was loud, bro.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
Joe says not a break, a shatter. And then he didn't notice it until when you see him put his foot back down, but his foot doesn't go down. It's just his foot is this way. And it's just like, oh, bro. I was like, oh, felt so bad, man.
Wow.
Oh, man, felt so bad. I think that's it for him, truthfully, to be honest with you.
They're going to have to reinforce that with some steel plates, man.
We had some good knockouts. Joe mentioned Rose earlier, female fighter. She fought another fighter. I can't remember her name. Asian fighter, and Asian fighter. She has a chin though. But oh man, this Rose girl got her with a good kick to the leg. Man, she threw this kick. The foot just goes and just lights out, bro.
Man.
Lights
out. I wish I would have caught it, man.
Bro, it was a good card. I mean, but it was good from the prelims. The prelims. There goes Brian says there's the name right there. If you guys can see it pop up. The prelims, man. Oh, Russell, yeah. Thanks, Russ. The prelims, I mean, from 6 o'clock to midnight, man, was just fantastic. I mean, it was great. And Brian from the YFB Network, also from your favorite Blockhead podcast. If you haven't checked that one out, if you like MMA stuff mixed in with the peanuts, that's your guy. He's got all the MMA stuff there. Check his podcast out. He sent the message to the group, remind everybody that we had the fight, Saturday night, and I was like, hey, is this one going to be worth it? And they were like, oh, heck yeah. So it was a great card. Yeah. Russ, there you go. Great fight card overall. Joe, same thing. So many great fights, bro. It was worth, this one was definitely worth the money, to watch all of them. So, but since you guys didn't watch it, I don't want to spend too much time. I'm going to have to jump into Russ's podcast. If you guys haven't checked that one out, or you might have to check me out on Brian's podcast. He might bring me in. Or the Rated JG podcast, with Justin Gilly. He's also MMA. There we go. Brian says there. Yep. Great plug, Russ. Rated JG. MMA stuff right there. Podcast, man. Guys, gotta check those out.
Before we get into
it was the first pay-per-view with full crowd capacity, and it was here in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm talking about they were not doing the space every row or space every seat. Hell nah, bro. That shit was like sardines in a can. And by the end of the night, none of those motherfuckers had a mask on, bro. These guys were like, woo, COVID.
Stupid.
Oh, Russ says 15,000.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool though. It was cool. Oh, and Jake Paul was there, and you remember he was calling out on social media. He was calling out Daniel Cormier, and Cormier approached him, bro, like on a break. And someone caught video of it. If you go on social media, you can find it either on Twitter or whatever. You can see him. He like went up to him and was like, homeboy probably shit in his pants a little bit, bro.
I heard BJ Penn is willing to fight him too.
Bro, that dude doesn't want to fight none of those guys, bro.
Jake
yeah, Russ says the crowd was chanting "fuck Jake Paul" or Jake Paul. Yeah, it was hilarious. Brian says Daniel Cormier put Jake Paul in his place. Yes, he did. The crowd was shouting Jake Paul. Yep. Joe says Jake Paul is a biatch. Yes, you're right. But anyways, hold on. Was it? BJ needs to stop. BJ Penn would. Oh, sorry. I got to put these up. Brian says BJ needs to stop. Russell says BJ Penn would get beat.
I mean,
I don't know.
No, that's what I saw on ESPN. I mean, like, any old school guy would come out of retirement to try to take this guy on.
But it's
get
funny
some money.
how he calls on a lot of these old schooler dudes or retired dudes.
Yo,
man. Why don't they call
let him call on GSP. Let him call out GSP. GSP would destroy his ass, or I don't know.
Speaking of GSP, we saw him on the season finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Fellas, did you guys get a chance to catch that? I hope you did, because we're going to talk about it.
No, yeah. I didn't. No, I'm just playing.
I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what were the thoughts? Well, it's no longer The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Spoiler alert. If you guys haven't watched it, I suggest jumping off now because we will be spoiling a lot of this.
We already spoiled Mortal Kombat. So, spoil.
Yeah. We got some comments here before we go into that. Russ says apparently he fights Mayweather. Brian says agreed, Nate. But it irritates me when they call for celebrities and big money grabs. Yes, Mayweather fight is fake and bullshit. Russ says, haven't seen it. I'm out. Peace out, Russ. Joe said, gotta go. Thanks for joining us, Joe. Russ.
Appreciate it, man.
Brian says, all good. All good.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
So Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is not Falcon and Winter Soldier. It is Captain America and Winter Soldier, which is like when I saw that at the end, I kind of felt a little emotional. Not gonna lie. I know that sounds funny, but to me it was this show was more than just a comic book show.
Yeah, man, it was deep. It wasn't just entertainment. Like, it was great action, great acting, good writing all the way through. And, throughout the show, it very subtly but very impactfully kind of touched on some, topics and stuff about what's going on in the world today, without putting it in your face and without forcing it, but kind of acknowledging what was going on. And it was kind of cool to kind of get an idea what it would be like in today's society, like some people dealing with certain situations and stuff like that. And, it was just a great show, man, from start to finish. For me personally, it was like one of the best things Marvel's put out. I can't say anything bad about it.
They did have some hiccups, they had to stop filming that series because of COVID halfway through. And so they kind of they came back and they kind of had to patch things up a little bit because the storyline was initially going to be like a pandemic sort of storyline. And with COVID and then coming back, they kind of went a different route. But the little things that they put in that show, I'm going to highlight one thing that I want to talk about, which is there was a part where Bucky and Sam are walking down the street, and to me it was the projects, it was the hood, and these cops pull up and they start harassing Sam right off the rip. And Bucky's like, whoa, 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 guys, he's with me, this and that. And they're like, no, sir, and once Bucky's like, no, like he's with me, and he keeps explaining he was with me, they're like, all right, we have a warrant for your arrest, so we're gonna take you with us. It goes to show you, like, they came in to arrest Bucky, but they gave the black man all the attitude and the hostility without even like hearing a word. But yet Bucky is they just go by, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just because of the skin color.
Yeah, Bucky was the one with the warrant for missing one of his meetings, but it was like the fact that there was some verbal exchange in the street, just assumed that Sam was the aggressor or something like that. So it wasn't like what happened with Sam and that scene happens a lot with athletes in the street today,
and African Americans in general. And
but more like what happened with Sam though, like they were giving him shit, and then it wasn't until like, oh, I was like, yo, that's Falcon, and they're like, oh, Mr. Falcon, then they kind of like changed their tone and stuff like that. That's what happened with a lot of athletes. They just looked at them, and then when they realized that they got some kind of status, they kind of ease up on the brakes and stuff like that. But it's already done.
So yes,
certain athletes, they do that too. Like there was a couple of athletes, they still, because they weren't big name athletes, they still got put to the ringer. You know what I'm saying? So like, if a LeBron James or AD or Michael Jordan was in that situation, that would have never happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows who they are. You can look at them and be like, oh, I know who this person is. But if like you're just one of the 15 players on that team, the final 15 player on that team, you're going to probably get run to the mud. And it's sad.
I just like that the show touched on real world issues that are going on as we speak. So as the show and all was great, to see him in the Captain America colors was fantastic. As you guys noticed, when they did bring out the Captain America, the other Captain America, his uniform didn't have white in it. You guys notice that? It was just red and blue. Just red and blue.
It just had like a white star on the shoulder, but it was mainly red and blue.
Yeah, and Captain America in the movies always has some kind of white in his uniform. And I like how Sam's was like the red, white, and blue. Like, it just, to me, just kind of stood out. I don't know. It was dope, man. And that's Wakandan technology. Man,
it's fresh.
So it won't be ripping apart anytime soon.
Nah, man, that part of that has to be vibranium. So those wings are like, ain't nobody ripping those wings off right now.
No. What'd you think, Matt?
The show overall is a solid show. Like I said, I didn't watch WandaVision, and because the characters, for me, it just comes down to characters. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I don't like the characters or they're not interested in me, I'm not gonna sit back and watch them. I felt as though Falcon and Winter Soldier was gonna have a lot of action, so that's why I kind of sat down and watched it. I didn't know it was gonna take the route when they started adding in the things of the world going into it, but like the Black Captain America and what he said to Sam when Sam went back to them the second time and he tried to figure out what had happened. He told him, it was like I'm trying to say what he said for word. No black man would want to be Captain America, knowing all the stuff that they've been put through. And like I said, but he still went out and became Captain America because he still believed in like change. And and he even said it in when he was doing the interview with them. He was like, people probably hate me now because I'm wearing white, red, and blue, and I have the shield. But you know what? You're gonna learn to live with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we all wanted in this world, was like everybody to be treated equal. Everybody helped build this country in some way, shape, or form.
How do you feel about having a black Captain America? Because after that show came out, Disney came out and said we're gonna have a Captain America 4 movie
with him being Captain America.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm cool with it. I mean, that's the first I've heard of it. I don't really follow like that, but that's the first I've heard of it. I'm cool with it. I have no issues with it. You know,
it was within the first.
So dope.
It was within the first 12 hours, man. You know,
Yeah.
like Disney Plus put it out in the morning, and by like 2:00 in the afternoon, they were talking about Captain America 4 in the works.
I thought it so dope, man. And then we got the U.S. agent there at the end as well.
I've been calling him that since like the very first episode because I knew exactly who that guy was.
Yeah, you have. What were you gonna say, Matt?
I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
The one chick that came out to get him into the U.S. agent,
Val.
Yeah, she supposedly is gonna be in the she's gonna be in the Black Widow movie. So we would have, if the Black Widow movie would have dropped like it should have, we would have seen her character already. And we would have known who she was by this series. But now we know her, so when we see Black Widow, I just hope that Black Widow movie doesn't throw things off too much, man.
It's gonna be hard though because that movie was supposed to drop.
A prequel.
Yeah, it's just the movie's gonna come out of order though, so we'll see.
The Falcon Winter Soldier series, 6 episodes, was great. I hope we get more of them. I think them together was cool. The last episode was great. Was it the best episode of them all? No, I think the 5th episode was better. But the last episode pretty much just kind of wrapped everything in a bow, and I think just solidified what we all were thinking.
It didn't feel rushed. In 6 episodes, it never felt like it was rushed.
No,
for me, it didn't. And like I said, the last episode was pretty much like they just got straight to the point.
Yeah,
they didn't even waste time. They just got straight to it. They explained the broker, who she was.
I knew that one from I knew that it was her, man. It's gotta be her.
I didn't know. I had no idea. So they got me. But nobody else knows who she is except for the person that's already dead. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So that what they're gonna do with that storyline moving forward, like where does she go from here? You know? So
I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting, man.
We're gonna see because they're really doing a great job building characters that usually don't get much time in the big screen. And I really enjoy these little series, man, more than the movies, man, because we get so much more rich. I mean, not like they do a bad job with the movies, because they've done a great job with the movies as well. But you know what? I think Mortal Kombat would do better as a show, a series like this, than as a movie.
Well, that's why
Legacy, you just
like
and that which was basically how Legacy was.
Yeah, because you get better character development.
Yes,
and the fight scenes could be, if they got somebody solid in choreography, the fight scenes would have probably been better. That
Jackson Kano fight in Legacy, Mortal Kombat Legacy, was so much better than half the fights in this movie.
But that's because that's Michael J. White, baby, man. That's my dude.
I love that guy, bro.
That's my dude, man. He's
I noticed Kano in the 2021, his eye was on the wrong. It was the laser was on the wrong eye. I know. Yeah, it's
always the right eye.
It's the right eye.
No, yeah.
That
was it was on the wrong side. It was on the wrong side.
No, it wasn't.
It was on the right side. He had the scratch on the right side.
In the first movie, it was on. I'm trying to make sure it was on this eye, and it was on the left side. It's not on the right side.
So in the first movie, it's wrong.
It's on his. In the first movie, isn't it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be on his right eye.
It's supposed to be on his right.
In the video game, it's on his right eye.
Yeah, I remember in the character select, it's on his right eye. It's funny you bringing it up. I'm thinking about the Kano from the first movie.
Yeah, I do. I'm telling you, I think the character from the first one had it on. I'm saying right, but I'm saying that the one from the Mortal Kombat 2021 is on the wrong side. Is what I'm saying. It's on the wrong side. The side that it's supposed to be on, it's on the wrong side. That's what really was throwing me off. It's the opposite eye.
So you're saying he's supposed to have the laser eye on his left eye?
That's what I think. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm getting my right and my left mixed up right
so
now.
You're saying but that's the wrong eye though.
It's supposed to be his right eye. This is my right eye. It's supposed to be this eye, if I'm not mistaken. This is metal, and it's supposed to be the right eye.
Then, if you're facing opposite, so it's supposed to be on this one. It's supposed to be the one I'm this one here. Because if you're facing that,
yeah. So yeah, that's your right eye. Wait, yeah, that's your right eye. That's your right.
Okay, I don't know. I just feel like it was on the wrong side. It's not. I want to say it's on the wrong side. That was one of my things that made me mad about Kano. Kano was a solid character in the movie.
He was the funniest.
But Reptile, the way they did Reptile.
Yeah, that's his right eye.
There you go from the first movie.
Yeah.
Okay, now go to the new one.
He's right there. There's a side by side picture.
Right there.
Same eye.
Okay.
Right eye.
All right then. Okay. All right. I guess because I was just throwing off. Maybe if we would have had the plate on it somewhere down the road, maybe it would have made sense. Because they killed him up too.
Well, the thing is, remember the thing is with Sang
they killed off.
I just feel like
they
killed off a lot of guys, man.
Remember Sang Sung? The whole thing with Sang Sung, he can bring people back.
Anyways, I don't want to go back to Mortal Kombat. We left that back there.
Anyway,
we need to wrap the show up. What else about Falcon and Winter Soldier, guys? Anything else?
It was just awesome, man. I loved it.
I'm good on that. Yo, but let's real fast talk about Shang-Chi. The trailer. I know you all saw the trailer for Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yes. That makes Mortal Kombat that puts Mortal Kombat to shame, bro. Those fights.
No, I don't know. I would wait, man, because we've been bamboozled with the Mortal Kombat trailer. You can get bamboozled with the Shang-Chi.
But this is Marvel, son. You get Marvel so much praise, dog. You get Marvel so much praise.
It's Marvel, bro.
Okay, here's my only
all
thing.
Marvel fight scenes have been pretty dope, man.
Okay,
not all.
Which one? Come on.
Here's my
perfect example. Okay, perfect example. One of my favorite movies that it was near perfect, but the fighting was too CGI. Black Panther. When Black Panther and Killmonger fought each other, that was a CGI fest, bro.
Yeah, but they had armored suits on, so I get it.
It was CGI. It didn't look the choreography wasn't that good. Half the time they were falling down in that cave, and
but like I said,
you can't compare CGI though. Like
but that's what I'm saying. Though the fight scenes weren't.
We're talking about fights. Shang-Chi's not gonna be CGI though, man.
Oh, you don't know that? I saw some CGI scenes in there, man. I saw man, there was there was a part where there was a big battle. It looked like there was some crazy big dragon in there, and then there was like some crouching. There was a crouching tiger.
Like when he was fighting in the bus, that was pretty dope.
But yeah, that's the one scene in the bus today. But it looks like this movie has different fighting periods and all that, because you see like one mythical war, you see another crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Yeah, like a lot of time jumping.
I just think my concern is it may turn out like Black Panther, where it's not enough action. Yeah. Like the action won't be up to par from what you see in the trailer will be all the fight scenes. And kind of like Black Panther, like they showed you enough action in the movie, but it wasn't that much. It was all scattered out.
Look, man, all I gotta say is that I'm spoiled. And the next thing for Marvel is Loki next month. Right after that, we're gonna have to wait probably another month until Black Widow. And then after Black Widow, we're gonna have to wait a little bit. But I mean, I just feel like we've been spoiled because we had WandaVision, and then right after that we had Falcon Winter Soldier. And now I was like, now we gotta wait a little bit for Loki, and I'm like, give me some more. Who was that?
But like I just want to say, I haven't been hyped for a Marvel movie in a long time. Shang-Chi has made me hyped to go see this movie.
Well, you like martial arts movies, man. That's what this is.
That's exactly what
this is up your alley. So of course you're gonna like it, man. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like But it's crazy. Like none of the other Marvel movies has been interesting enough or hyped me enough to want to go see. Like I went and saw them.
Your genre is martial arts. You're gonna like anything that has.
I like all genre. I like all genre. I like comics too. But I'm just saying, like none of them has excited me enough to be wanting to go see it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, guys, we got to wrap the show up. First, I want to thank everyone for tuning in again. Please continue tuning in. Please continue downloading the show because the downloads help us out. If you guys can give us reviews, we'd really appreciate that. Make sure that you check out the YFB network. That's where you can find us. There's other great podcasts on that network, not just us. You have, like I said earlier, you have Your Favorite Blockhead podcast. That you have mixed martial arts and peanuts mixed together. You have, if you like racing or anything to do with cars or in that sort of realm, you have The Burnout with Chris Burnett. And then you have Loud and Opinionated with Russ, where you get his opinions very loud. Very fantastic podcast. You have Rated JG. MMA stuff there. What else? I mean, tons of great stuff. Oh, and we can't forget the Fika Talk girls. I mean, they've got their podcast. They like what is their podcast based with?
Nerd
they're gonna
stuff?
kill me after this one. They're like,
Nerd
man,
stuff?
you can't
Nerd stuff.
Nerd stuff.
Nerds.
Yeah, I mean, no, nostalgia. That's their thing. Nostalgic stuff. You have table ladders and gimmicks. That's wrestling. Oh, I mean, just go in there and check it out. YFB Network. That's all you got to do. And then there's a podcast there for you. Of course, you got us, Casually Kicking It, where we go all over the board. We're one of the more unorthodox podcasts you can catch. But we've got to finish the show. We've always finished the show with a Would You Rather. This week's Would You Rather is, would you rather have RoboCop or the Terminator by your side?
Terminator.
Okay, question. Which RoboCop and which Terminator?
RoboCop from the original RoboCop movie and Terminator from the first Terminator movie.
Okay.
Okay, the first Terminator was trying to kill me. Would be trying to kill me.
Yeah, but I mean, he made the T-1000. You know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's all the same shit, bro.
No, the second one is the one that
first and
the
second
one is the one is trying to save me, bro. The first one is trying to kill me.
I'm just saying, like, I don't care.
This one's by your side.
These
so it's
by
not
your
trying to kill
side.
you.
Who do you want by your side? You want the Terminator from the first Terminator movie or RoboCop from the first RoboCop movie?
I'm going with Terminator.
I'm gonna go with Terminator.
I'm gonna go with Terminator as well.
Because if we have to go somewhere, the Terminator won't take 5 minutes to get out of a car.
Yeah, that was my point too. I was gonna say, I was like, at least the Terminator can run, bro. The Terminator can run.
5 minutes, you're like closing the door and you're like down the block, and he's too slow, man.
RoboCop a little too slow for me, bro. Yeah.
And I just think like with the Terminator, bro. I mean, if you saw from the second RoboCop, they ripped him apart, bro. Easy. They like tore this dude's body apart.
Okay,
you can't do that with Terminator, bro.
Like RoboCop is too stiff; he can't really fight very well. Where I think Terminator's a little more agile.
The thing is that Terminator's more advanced because it comes from the future, and that AI processing thing, he's gonna learn it and size you up pretty good and look for weak points.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Arnold on my side, bro.
Yeah, hasta la vista.
All right, guys. Thanks again for listening to the show. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Deuces.
Adios.
Peace.